get mine. I gotta get mine. Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get. Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. Hey, let me elaborate. Y'all niggas trying fake. I've been out here getting cake. It been a process to get my money straight. I remember them broke days when I ain't thought they could control. I just kept that hammer, homie, nigga, knock out your soul. If you ain't got my money on time, you better cash out. If you do that bad business, homie, don't even give me that. I've been staying out the way cause I ain't doing no dead time. Cause I ain't got time for you, little homie, I'm getting mine. Coolest nigga in the world, but don't try to test me. I won't never lead you astray, that's why the Lord bless me. I need no attention, I just keep the extension. I was me against the world, so I'm feeling like Pop. Chasing all this hundreds like I'm Zeke, but I'm from the block. Monetize the flow, just follow the formula. If you ain't trying to get that bread, then I'm ignoring ya. I'm looking for a way out, cause I'm trying to go global. These niggas ain't on they hustle, they ain't even mobile. These niggas ain't no soldier, that's what a nigga told ya. Elias Cash, nigga ain't nothing free. So you know how it is when you be coming to DC. Hey, ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get. Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get.
I'm the realest in the DMV. Let me elaborate. Fuck your.
Salute, brothers. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing tonight? You know what I mean? I pray everyone is well and everyone is blessed and prosperous. You know what it is. It's Wednesday. We got to holler at the good brother, Machismo, and the good brother, Naaman, to see what's going on in their neck of the woods and in their world. So without further ado, I'll bring these gentlemen up. Bang, there it is. Gentlemen.
Yo, you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm chilling, man. It's my last week in Colombia before I head back to the States.
Right. What would you say the overall experience of Colombia has been for you so far?
Man, it's awesome. I was saying the name earlier. When I first got down here, it was like, man, I'm gonna be here 3 months, man. Like, I don't know nobody. I just landed. I gotta find my way around. I don't speak Spanish. Now it's the end of the 3 months, and it feel like I only been here like 2 weeks. Like I'm not really interested in coming back.
I don't blame you. You ain't missing shit. You ain't missing shit with hard times and struggling. So,
Oh yeah, throw your video background on.
Oh yeah. That John.
Bang, there you go.
Yeah. Yo, see that they don't know you made that jump for me, and
no, you gotta put the other. Well, you can't see nobody though.
Hold up. No, I did the wrong one. There it is.
There it is. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, man. But no, you definitely you did the damn thing with that background. I appreciate that one. That shit is awesome.
Oh yeah, just trying to get it to match your logo and shit.
Yeah, facts. But I know you said you're not really looking forward to coming back. I think
Nah,
that's
not at all. I'm looking out on my balcony now, and I got my suitcase wide open on the balcony with all my stuff thrown in it. I'm starting to organize it. I told you I did that practice pack last week. So like, yeah, I'm packing stuff up. Like it's all sitting on the balcony. It's just crazy. Yeah, I fly out next Tuesday or Wednesday. It's it's mind blowing. Like 3 months went fast as hell.
Yeah, I know. When you're actually enjoying the environment, time does seem to move fast, man. versus 3 months being over here struggling. Yeah, that shit takes fucking forever. But in a beautiful tropical country like Colombia, I know it seemed like you just got there. It has to.
Well,
Fucking
like I
has to.
said, I'm all like I was saying last week. I'm all settled in. Like I run around Cali, Colombia, like I'm back in Philly. I know where I'm going, or get my run in every morning. I'm at the gym. I know I know who the movers and shakers are down here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm turning
Right.
out more content on the channel. It's like the schedule I had when I was in Philly in terms of producing and studying. I'm almost ready to take the AWS cert exam. Like yeah, like I'm on my program. Like I'm productive. Um, yeah, and like I love my apartment. I like my neighborhood. Like yeah,
That's how you know a motherfucker really mean it. When their voice get a little high, that's how you know they mean it. You said, "I like my neighborhood."
yeah. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah,
I went native, but I mean, like I said, I mean, the adjustment overseas, it just like I said, it just wasn't nothing. Like once I ran around those 3 weeks in the beginning, do you know what I'm saying? And like after that, like I mean, my man Ty flew out like the first January. So like once I moved into this, I pretty much been dolo for like these last 2 months. You know what I'm saying? They're like it ain't about nothing. Like you know what I'm saying?
right, right,
Like
right.
I'm down here. Like I live down here.
Yeah. So it ain't about nothing no more. Like especially once you get the lay of the land and you know how to operate and you meet all the right people. That's it. You won the game. You've
Hmm.
officially won the damn game. And I was excited for you when you first started talking about it, and I kind of feel bad for you that you got to come back. You know what I mean? Because like even being a former expat, I know that feeling of coming back. It's a dread, dog. It's a heavy ass fucking dread. You like back to a back stateside. Yay,
Yeah, a
fuck.
couple people down here have been messaging me on WhatsApp, like, yeah, I know, I heard you leaving next week. Like, how you feel? Like, everybody checking in on me, like, are you okay? Like, I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, we know how it is when you got to go back. Like, it'll be how you adjusting well. I'm like, I'm cool, I'm cool.
Nah, it's a very real thing. First time I saw a grown ass man really cry, sob was on the flight back stateside. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
After being gone for like I think my first oh no, I had to wait like 6.5 months, dog. And I was excited to go back home just before I knew, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But the closer we got to Reagan, you know, you start seeing a whole lot of sad faces. Oh,
Yeah,
I quickly found
it's a
out.
completely different vibe and lifestyle down here. Like, you get used to it. Like, do you know what I'm saying? The stress level is lower and just everything. And like I said, the thing is, like, you get into your routine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really, like I said, I'm in a modern apartment. I'm around everything. Like, I'm not missing out on any of the modern amenities and stuff like that. And bear in mind, like, I'm in like a low end, like, joint. I know a couple other people, like, their apartments are crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? They down here with some money. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm not, like I said, the apartment I'm in now is nicer than the one I was in Philly.
Right, right. And see, a lot of people they think because it's a third world country, like you're pissing in a hole, or you're like you gotta chase wild animals out the bush. No, 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 no. Just because it's third world doesn't mean there are no modern amenities. And a lot of those amenities that they do have look a fuckload better than the shit we have here. To be honest
Hmm.
with you,
Like I said, I'm getting got used to the cleaning lady coming once a week, making my bed and everything, doing my laundry for me and everything. You get used to that shit.
my apologies. You gotta wash your own drawers now. You gotta wash your own clothes now, bro. When you come back here, it's
Oh, and it's looking like I'll be back for like 2 weeks, and I'm just going to head back down here and like burn out my time in Colombia before I head to the next country.
right, right. No, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Mm. Well, I know everybody calling checking on you. That's part of that group. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That group everybody already knows. Like, you going back where? Ugh, damn, is there a funeral or something? Somebody died. Why would you
Yeah,
go back?
cause yeah, cause I'm cool with a couple people been down here for years, and like people been hitting me on WhatsApp like, "Yeah, you leaving? Like, you adjusting well?" I'm like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be like that. Yo, Naaman, what's up? What's good with you, brother?
Not much. I was talking to Machismo earlier and was kind of doing a rundown with pretty much everything in terms of logistics for the remaining year and just overall moving forward because I'm not going to be in US for a while. And I was telling Machismo that when he decides to come to South Korea, he can run the southeastern bloc and not go back to the Western Hemisphere for a while, so he can stick out, like Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, and just chill out here on the east.
Right, right. For everybody that's watching, excuse me, Naaman, forgive me, brother. For everybody that's watching, let's support the brother Machismo. That's the cash app right there. Let's keep him gone. Let's keep him out the way. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep him all the way out the way that we can run around and traverse the earth in style and comfort. You dig? So appreciate the support. Thank you, gentlemen. Please, sir, continue.
So yeah, so that's why I was telling him, and we were talking about earlier when about the fact that how the position he's in today and how things just evolved. And I was trying to tell him some of my own personal plans that what I'm working on, what I'm doing with my family. And I told Machismo that one of the main problems or main issues that I have seen while I have lived in the United States is that most people don't even have like solid, I would say, five friends. And when I say solid five friends, I'm talking about someone that in a week, at least once a week, you call, check on that person, and be like, hey, what's up? How's everything? And this is the person that, you go over their house or they come over to your spot and, you fire up the grill, put some steak on or something, have a beer, go out, like, go grab a drink or something, like, do stuff like that. And like you work on little projects together, like you're, I don't know, like making fixing a car. You gotta do something like that, you gotta fix something around the house, something like that, and your buddies come over and you help each other out. Like, that's the type of friendship and bond that I'm talking about. It has nothing to do at all with like the net worth value of like what somebody can financially support you with, but just in general have a genuine friendship. And I was telling Machismo that since I've been living here, I don't see too many people who even have stuff like that. So the fact, even for Machismo, I was saying that you have the support you have is that you're fortunate enough that you have a good circle of friends. So and I was telling him because we were talking about like how a lot of people today are kind of in a position what Machismo went through. And I told Machismo about, I would say, somewhat close to 3 years ago when we were at a cigar event in Philly on the Mushalu that I was telling him, I said, bro, just keep doing what you're doing with YouTube, keep studying for certs, keep doing what you're doing because Machismo was in a total different industry. And I understood, like, at his age, the shift he has to make. I said, bro, just keep going. Because you have to dig your way to a whole different path. And right now, if you look at the job market and how everything else is, that's what's going on right now. And that's what I was telling Machismo 3 years ago. I said, bro, it's going to happen. Just watch. One day, it's just going to drop. and that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, ghost jobs, ghost jobs, right? But
Yeah,
I
I
totally
mean
understand.
the market has changed, you know, with the economy and just overall, even in the job market. Okay, well, what are you going to do? I mean, as a nation, we're not really a product driven nation. We are, you know, we are a service based nation now. So, well, what can you do that's a high earning skill? Plus, you can do something that can help you build a good career, or it's a good gig for, you know, some maybe a couple few years or something like that to make money from it. And a lot of things, the way they are now, is either you get into the social media game of generating money that way, or you're gonna have to get into, you know, some form of IT related field, either that is cyber or cloud, AI, or um, any of these basically any of these fields to like build a career, and a lot of people are gonna have to make that switch.
No, I think you're absolutely correct. To be honest, I'm even though I built out what I built out, you know, the convo we had last week, I'll be jumping in Theo's class my damn self just to have something extra. You know what I mean? Because I had a conversation with my brother today actually, and I'm like, things aren't the same anymore. Me, I was a high voltage electrician. He was a low voltage electrician. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, you got to have something else under your belt because like the market is changing. He's like he totally agreed. Also machismo, the thing that I told you about. Uh, the class starts for that tomorrow, bro. So yeah,
Okay, dope.
I made it happen. I made it happen. I made it happen. Um, Having a service based business, my damn self, it's not easy, but the services that we provide are needed, and I partnered with big brands to do it. And sometimes it's really good, other times it's fucking famine, dog. So I gotta have something else under my belt that when famine comes, I'm still okay. I won't be stuck scrambling like I was caught scrambling this past couple of months. So I totally get it, and it is good that Machismo made this shift when he made it because now he can document it. Now he has the what's the audience like 30K now? Machismo?
We're approaching 25K.
Okay, well that's 25,000 people that can all witness. They can bear witness to this shift, and you can put it on display for them. So, Naaman, you are correct, sir. It is good that he does have a good quality, solid base of people around him. Because trust and believe, um, shit happens to everybody. There may come a time where I have to tuck and duck behind your shield one day. You know what I mean? And you can, but right now you can tuck and duck behind mine. That's what means something. Versus, you know, you been out here waging war all by your lonely. Fuck all that, bro. It's about the team. It's about the team, man.
Oh yeah,
Team
this
effort.
is not the environment to be dolo unless you just got, your assets tight like that. Like it's a rough environment. Um, and things are gonna loosen up in about 12 months. You know what I'm saying? With Trump ain't playing. He done already got the forestry laws separated, so changed so that we can start producing timber here again. He brought the Keystone Pipeline back to be built here. Like, he taxed some motherfuckers. Fucking Zelensky just agreed to sign the mineral rights deal with Ukraine. Like he's out there bullying. Like money gonna be. He just got Apple to commit the $500 billion during his to invest in the United States during his term. So he bringing the dough in, and he cutting shit. But shit ain't gonna loosen up for like 12 months. And then even after Trump do what he do, if Vance don't get if Vance don't get elected, they're gonna try and roll some of that shit back. So Naaman's right about the direction things are going. Like I said, unless unless Vance gets another 2 years after Trump, to continue all Trump's policies, that'll completely like reset the American economy. Yeah.
And that's another thing I was telling Machismo, and this is again, I'm not a financial expert here, but I mean, I'm just looking at how the data and the charts are looking, and this is just my own prediction and analysis. And if you look at the economy and the share market right now, like it seems a little bit unreal, because the economy is not doing that well. But if you look at the share market, the stock market is, seems like everything is going up and up and up and up, and it's almost like something just looks too good to be true. So if you really think about it, it's because there are too many people who just keep pumping the money in, because they're trying to like build more and more and more. And if people may think like, well, like people have money in the economy, that's why they're doing that. But that's not really the case, because the US stock market, you could like put in money from anywhere if you want to, because you want to participate in the US stock market. But if you look at the economy is suffering, and the money is not really moving much within the economy. And that's why they're coming up with like all these, whatever, if they're going to do this whole $5,000 dividend check or something like that. But they're trying to like push like some of these things, because who is the person who is going to be benefiting from this money? It's people who have invested into different things, because the money's not moving.
Right.
And eventually it's going to happen that this bubble's going to burst.
BlackRock. You familiar with them?
Yep.
Yep. They own everything. Everything, damn near. Where in my neck of the woods where I live, hopefully I'll be getting out of here soon, but you can literally see everybody's trying to play the bank. Like literally they're knocking down the houses that are sitting on acreage, just knocking that shit down and putting up apartments everywhere. So very soon, like that prediction of what the American people will own nothing and be happy, I see it here. You know what I mean?
And that's why I was telling Machismo that if you want to invest money into something, the way the world is changing today, because there are all types of different threats that are coming around financially. Even with Bitcoin, they're talking about, well, quantum is going to break it. But I mean, regardless of all these theories, the thing is, the problems and solutions for anything that is out there, the variety to like create a problem, but also to solve a problem, is growing so fast that the risk also increases with that. So yes, could you make money because of that risk? Sure, you can. But then you also have to keep in mind that, how long are you going to stay in this game and keep playing this dangerous game? So that's why I was telling Machismo, I was like, I rather, go slow and steady and be in like hard assets than do something like this, because of how things are changing. And that's why I was telling Machismo, too many Europeans right now are moving into Africa, because everybody's just trying to grab something in Africa because of right now the way the laws and regulations are, but you can do it. And I was telling Machismo that within like 10 years, so it's like 2025, I would say by 2035, countries like Kenya, South Africa are going to ramp up so much that they're going to be the center of the attention.
Repeat that last part, please.
I said that in the next 10 years, countries like Kenya, South Africa, they're the ones that are going to ramp up so fast that they're going to become center of attention.
Okay, I totally agree. We need to have a conversation offline, because I got some people I know that are in the process of doing some things out there that gave me an invite to come over, and I'm like, if I do, I ain't coming back. But
I
it's more or
mean,
less infrastructural, getting the
based
infrastructure.
based on Machismo's age, I was telling him, I said, you need to start looking and keep an eye on your social security score and see where you are with that. And based on what his situation is to make a move with that. So I told him, as far as a strategy, what he should keep in mind.
Okay, okay. For anybody listening, if you're a notary, if you know a notary, please put me in contact with them. Got something I need to do real quick, but I can't say it online. Machismo.
You.
All right. So all in all, would you if you had to rate your whole experience being down there from on a scale of 1 to 10, did it exceed your expectations,
Oh yeah,
or
definitely.
okay, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
It's a 10. Like I said, I was a bit nervous coming down here. One, because just the speed of the move and everything. Um, and not knowing anyone, not knowing the language. You always are, what do you call it? Like, you never feel as prepared, when you do, something like that. So I just thought like maybe I needed more planning, but I just jumped into it. But like I said, once I got somebody to show me around and I got all settled in, like, yeah, like like I said, I'm rolling around here like I've been lived here for years. Actually, like, some of the people that have been down here for a while, I run into them and stuff, and we be talking, and they be like, so how long you been down here? And blah, 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 blah. Like, they really think, I've been down here for a while just because, like, how, like I'm moving and how comfortable I am.
right,
Like, I
right.
don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't got, like, any, like, tourist vibes.
So was there a bit of apprehension and fear initially, or just
Oh, yeah,
just
of
unknown?
course. Yeah, of course. Like I
Okay,
said, I lived overseas before, but I was, I had the backing of a company and a country and stuff like that. That's different. And I was already planning on, making a transition too. But you always think it's going to be, you know, on it, like the way you planned it with the, your money saved and like your plan all laid out and, with, leisurely enough time. And that wasn't my situation. It was like literally 60 days, pack everything up, get it in storage. Like literally after I moved like the last little bit of stuff out from the crib and turned my keys over, I was on a plane in 24 hours. Like
right.
I even packing, I really I had like 8 hours to pack. You know what I'm saying? I had eight
Right,
hours.
packing up a house is no small feat, bro. Trust me, I've done it.
Yeah.
You never realize how much stuff you have until you have to move. Until you
I mean,
move.
I only had 8 hours to pack, like my bags to come to Colombia, because, like I said, like once we finally got everything in the storage and like the final last little bit of stuff, it was like, all right, boom, like we out. So, um, so it was that, and like I said, like the moving pieces, like not sure what the living situation was going to be and this, that, and the other. But like I said, I picked a good Airbnb right off the gate. There was decent, the homie Ty was right next to me. And then, like I said, like that, after that first week, started rolling with him. By the time he left, like I said, I knew my way around, or at least places I needed to go and stuff like that. You feel me?
Right, right, right. Well, you know what though? Like honestly, I know you had to rush it, but I kind of think that was best because that way you didn't have time to overthink it, bro. Just go.
Exactly.
Just go. For a lot of brothers, if you're a little apprehensive initially, well, that's normal because you're changing your whole scenery. You're changing the whole scenery of your life, and you might be a little apprehensive initially, but give it about a week of that good food and that good sunlight. and some good fresh air, and you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Um, because you got me by a few years. It just shows that if you can do it, I can do it. You know, like literally, you're the grown man version of Austin Holloman out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's possible, straight up.
And it's not just that contractor, but also I think as a man, there's a deep sense of content when you have a good quality of life and you can afford things easily and know that okay, well, I'm not breaking a bank. I can still save money, given the way economy is. And when I was talking to Machismo about a recent visit to a place I did with a friend, and I was telling him like, look, it was just me and him, and this is what we ate at the restaurant, and that's what the bill came out to. Machismo was telling me about a place in Cali, Colombia, where he's like, I went to this like really nice spot, had a couple of drinks, and the bill was only this much. And that's why I was saying that the way things are today, your best bet is that in order for you to keep your expenses low, live a good quality of life, and save some money, you have to go overseas. You have to live that type of life. Let's say even if you want to come back to US and continue your life back here, I think even if you like make a commitment for like let's say 5 years or 3 years or something like that and just live overseas while you're just like making money doing online or business or something like that, the amount of money you would save just living overseas, and then you come back to US, it could give you a great start ahead.
Yeah, absolutely correct. You are, because like most people don't realize how expensive everything is over here because we're used to paying $3 or 3.09 or 2.95 for gas, and eggs are now like $11 and a jug of milk is 6. You just get used to it. So if you can save, well, one good rule of business is if you can save money, it's like making money, you know. And if you can go somewhere and have a good quality of life, eat good food, real food, not all that GMO bullshit, and stack your bread, you can come back here like Daddy Warbucks, pockets on swole. While everybody else has been shelling out and dishing out. So it just makes sense. Economically, it just makes sense to get the fuck out of here and stay gone for a little while. Yeah, you spend a little bit of money on a plane ticket, oh well, boo. But if you can bank most of your monthly paycheck, you're in a much better position than somebody over here that's going damn near broke every month just to pay their bills, man. You know. So there's a such thing as being broke on a higher level. I've seen that. People that are 6-figure earners, but they can't save a goddamn dime. I've seen that. I got two of my neighbors before we moved. They both worked in banking, kind of like you, husband and wife. Combined, they made about 300,000 combined. They were complaining about prices, so that lets you know right there. You know what I'm saying?
But that's all. I think that's also because a lot of times, especially for people who are couples or some guys and some guys as well, like you start making a little money and then you decide like, okay, let me move up my lifestyle. Like, and that's one thing I notice with my coworkers a lot. I mean, I understand they're young professionals, so a lot of these guys are in their 20s making good money, but at the same time, they're all living in downtown, paying, a little over $2,000 just in rent.
Right.
So,
Right.
like, you do something like that, you're burning a lot of your earnings right into your rent.
Right.
A lot of guys would not say or do something like, you know what, let me live a little bit outside or do something like this. Yes, if I make a choice like this, yeah, I may not get some cat. Cat may not come may not come my way because this is not as attractive to what they like. But guess what? You have to make sacrifices if you want to achieve something.
Well, a lot of men make those bad decisions because they base the decisions on pussy, straight up, and they want to have all the shiny things that attracts pussy. When in reality, if that money looks better in your 401k, champ, it looks way better in your 401k or in your investing, or if you take it and invest it into something
Oh yeah.
tangible. You know what I'm saying? Because coming from my background, I've made a lot of money, but at the end of the day, I didn't invest the way I was supposed to, and I learned the hard way. I'm 42 now. I can the contract thing I told Machismo about. It pays 10 grand per install. I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take half of that 10 grand and blow it on dumb shit. No, 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 no. I'm stacking. I'm putting that shit away. I'm stacking that away because, but I had to mature. You know what I'm saying? I had to realize that all this shiny, flashy shit was not the right choice. It was a poor investment. So it takes time to learn that, though. Or maybe you can get that lesson off the break if you have this thing called a father and clear direction, which is something that's missing in our community. But that's a whole nother story.
And I think that also plays a part, like what I was saying, having a good circle of friends and having a good network. Because some of the things that we're talking about um, plays a good role in your life when you have a circle of good brothers that can, correct you and tell you about things and say, hey, listen, I have done this before, I've been through this before, and I think this strategy that I used did not work, which a lot of people use, and the lessons I've learned from this, I'm sharing that with you. And information like that is not something you're going to find on YouTube generally, or find in Reddit forums or things like that. It's too personal, and in order to get access to information and experience, you're going to have to like build a network, make friends, get close to people. And I think that's also an issue today, that everybody's just running around like a lone wolf. So, um, like, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter like what your personality is. You have to learn how to work with others and form a pack, because you need your wolf pack.
you're right. You're right. So, to be honest with you, that lone wolf personality, that's me all day. But I think part of what gives me a little shine and appeal is the fact that, bro, I ain't got no shame, and like I literally tell you every win, but I also tell you every loss. I fucked up here. This is where I messed up at. Whenever I go into my story times, it's because something that I did wrong or I got right, and I just tell you about it because I know I'm flawed. You know what I'm saying? And I make no bones about it. Like I'm learning, but what I can say this: that lone wolf mentality has died down a lot because of the brothers I met down here. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
We've all become somewhat interdependent on each other. Not because we can't hack it. No, it's flat out for the information. The the thing I told Machismo about last week, I ran the idea past him, just like, yo, bro, level set me on this. And he was like, sounds good. I'm like, all right, bet. Versus me just jumping out there and putting all this into motion, and I know I'm right. No, 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 no. I want your opinion. You dig what I'm saying? If do you see a flaw in this? Okay, cool. Where? Bang, bang, bang. Let's fix this, fix that, change this, change that. And that's how we move forward as a unit, dog. Versus I'm the man, 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 I'm the man. Nah, nah, I ain't about that. I ain't about that. I ain't about that.
and
Not at
and that's why I was telling Machismo, like, generally speaking, like let's say it's just three of us, the most normal thing today that is acceptable would be Machismo has his own apartment, I got my own spot, you have your own spot, and we just kind of operate and move like that. And I was telling Machismo, like one of the things that like the way I grew up and what I do is I would reach out to you and Machismo and would be like, hey, listen, why not live in a villa where all three of us could split the cost of the villa, have a Range Rover or something like that, where we split the cost of that car, and now we're living a life that is much more pleasant. So people today don't care that you three live in the villa. What matters more is that you have the villa.
Facts. Facts. Fucking facts.
So what's the
Facts.
point? So what's the point of living in like three separate apartments when we all could be living in a villa? And then if it's three of us all living in the villa, number one, we're all making sure that we are good. And then also um, iron sharpens iron. So if like one person wakes up early in the morning, they're working out, they're keeping themselves on game. If for whatever reason you feel like you have been kind of slacking, you're gonna look at the other person, you'll be like, yo, I gotta pick up my game, like like I can't be like staying behind.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that natural thing that's in men where we start competing. Funny story, right? Real quick. I'll make it short. When I first moved out here, I moved out here. It was my brother, his wife, their kids, and me. We all stayed in the same house, nice neighborhood, so on and so forth. Once I moved out, got my own spot a few months later, but they were no more than maybe 15 minutes away from me. I started working out, and as I started working out, my brother would come over. He's like, "Well, shit, you getting John Diesel?" I'm like, "Yeah, why don't you come work out with me?" That competition, that fire, that spirit start building a bit. I mean, then every day at a set time, we went to go work out. You know, but just living in close proximity to each other made that happen. If we all get a villa, oh hell yeah, it's definitely gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. It just makes sense. But Americans are very materialistic. They don't want to be. They don't want to all live in the villa. Well, the Latin folks do it.
It's
The
it's
Indian
not
folks do it.
necessarily. I wouldn't say materialistic. I mean, people are materialistic all over the world. I think the issue is the mentality because of culture
Yeah, yeah,
is to say that I did it by myself.
yeah, yeah. You're
I
right. You're right.
you know people want to say I did it rather than saying we did it.
But many hands make light work. See,
I, I mean, hey, listen, this is what I'm saying. Like, look, um, even here in Philly, like there are a lot of Middle Eastern people, right? And a lot of times you see Middle Easterns, they either roll in Mercedes, BMW, or most likely they have a Range Rover. And the way you would, if you ever see who drives the car or who gets out of the car, it's always like one or the other brother. So like people in that community are always like, okay, let's go get this done, let's do this. And if you have unity and you're trying to do something like that, you can get far in life so quickly. Like, let's say right now, if me, you, and Machismo say, you know what, we're gonna like get this spot together for 5 years and we're just gonna build. And then after 5 years, we go our separate ways. Can you imagine in 5 years how much money you could save, what you can build, and how you could live the rest of your life just from doing for that for 5 years?
most Most of it. Most of it. Goddamn it. I've seen it done. So one of my first mentors was a guy from the small head community, and he he let me know how finances should be handled correctly. And bro, it blew my mind because it was completely different than what I was taught growing up. And I believe you said it better, honestly. Yes, it's the mentality because that I did it. This is my house. This is my car. Well, you're drowning in financial debt, though. You miss a payment and watch what happens. Versus the community all coming together and chipping in to make it happen. You know, it just makes more sense. I spoke about I spoke with my brother about getting property and us building on it. There was one fatal mistake, one fatal flaw that made sure that never happened. Guess what it was?
I don't know. I would say a woman.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Then ego starts to come into play and so on and so forth. So some people just choose to struggle when they don't have to, when in the community idea is really the best idea. You know what I'm saying? Because if I chip in and you chip in and Machismo chips in, then we're all, you got three incomes coming in, all paying for something for all of us in comparison to one of us grinding out 90 hours a week, damn it, deleting yourself, coming back on the road driving because you're tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Versus
I mean,
all
even
three.
even if you look at a lot of like Latin Americans who like come fresh to United States and they're without families or something, you see normally like bunch of guys just living together and they start doing that, set up a construction company, set up of some other company, and then a couple of years go by and then they all have their own businesses and they go all their separate ways and start their families.
No, facts. Facts. Coming from the DMV, I remember they would talk cash trash. Well, let me just be honest. A lot of ADOS folks would talk cash trash shit about um, a lot of the Ethiopians that were coming over. Well, in 10 years, I witnessed this. Within 10 years, they went from driving cabs and them talking shit about them driving cabs and driving Uber, so on and so forth, to buying up half of Northwest DC. And we're talking about millions of dollars of property, bro. Millions of dollars. I'm like, huh, so if they did this in 10 years, why? Because of the community. They all chipped in. Everyone shared amongst each other. Everyone was able to put something into the pot. It wasn't the efforts of one person. Now they own half of the city. And can't nobody laugh no more. I said, ain't that some
And
shit?
and see, this is why, as a group, you need to know what are some of your strengths and weaknesses. Like I was telling Machismo, like he has worked in the banking sector and now he's learning IT. He started a whole new thing working with YouTube that I was trying to tell Machismo. I was like, look, you could take all these skills and apply it in a way where you can help people around you. So for instance, I was like, bro, like if I once I move into, like, let's say Kenya, and I'm doing what I'm doing, like you could stick with me and use these skills and then we could do something with that. And it's up to you, like where we can agree on something, saying like, okay, what do you want? Okay, this is what I want. You have your agreement on things, you shake your hands, and you do you and I do me, and we build something together. And that way, like, everybody wins and you can accomplish that in a very small time.
No, facts. Like we all gotta link up and do some talking offline. Because with Machismo hasn't already laid out the plan I laid out to him. Uh you would be a very integral part of it. It's just, well, we'll talk at some point. But um this service based thing, it ain't going nowhere no time soon. My thing is always how to expand it and that's what I've been working on. I've run the gauntlet. I've hit all the potholes. I know where all the flaws are, and I would need a person that's an engineer, such as yourself, to help me build some things out real quick, and then we can turn around and sell that as well. You know what I'm saying? But in time, we'll lay it all out. But Cheesemo, you got something you want to add, big bro?
No, I mean you guys are spot on with that part of the conversation because Naaman and I were talking earlier about Kenya, um, where he's thinking long term settling, and then he ran down, like a business idea for for himself once he gets over there and gets all settled in. So several years from now, we were just talking about far into the future, and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Like he's been doing his research, so you know that's along the lines of how brothers need to be thinking. This channel in and of itself is an example of that. Like I'm heavy on the production and everything, but like the full concept, even how the Sunday panels and stuff are, that like that's a group effort. Uh, we're in separate countries and separate states. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, even the move over here, um, it's just not possible if I didn't have that network in place. And I always, there's been talk about Kevin Samuels lately in this space, but my situation is testament to like some of the principles Kevin was talking about you not being a lone wolf, or if you are a wolf, you need to have your wolf pack in terms of like the guys around you that level set you and that you can run anything back by, and that just in general your network being your net worth. Like who do you have in your phone? Like you know what I'm saying? Like what's the network of your net worth of your contacts and stuff like that. Um, and those were all things that I mean, it's stuff it's general knowledge, but Kevin had a way of codifying and um, doubling down on things, reintroducing the information in a way that people could consume easily. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Well, I would definitely say that over the past couple years of us being in contact with each other, I'm definitely a big believer in your network is your network. It really is, bro. Like I didn't realize how much that meant until the past few years, man. And I know if I have a question about anything in regards to finance, I know who to call. I know if I have a question about anything when it comes to the human mind, psychology, sociology, I know who to call. You know what I'm saying? Now we got a whole nother engineer. Wrench was the first. He came a little bit before you, name it. For real, for real. But Wrench is also another blue collar brother, so we can break down all the mechanics. Hell, I text you the other day like, yo, I need Tito's number,
Mm-hmm.
another mechanic. You know what I'm saying? I know who to call. Now, well, thankfully, I figured out the problem, so I didn't have to call him. But I figured it out. You know what I'm saying? But if I needed to, I know who to call. Like you can't trade this amount of information for nothing, bro. This shit is mind blowing. Like I'm in awe every time we all link up and sync up like Voltron around this bitch because the amount of information that gets passed back and forth is tremendous. And that having that network, bruh, that shit mean the world to me. Cause I've been a lone wolf for a long fucking time, but I got my pack though, and I'm always gonna bring something back for the pack. It is what it is. But I agree. Like I appreciate the network that we built because just like last week, that idea that I had when I ran it past you, you put the stamp on it. I'm like, oh, sounds good. Because I know you think of it from an analytical standpoint and you also look at it from a standpoint of, okay, how much risk is involved, so on and so forth. Oh, no, no, no. Overhead, what? Gas? Okay, cool. Boom, done. I appreciate that shit, you know? So,
Paul, as you know, like how we were talking about things are changing. This is going to sound funny, but I kid you not, it's just a matter of time until somebody gets all the P's and Q's that they need to, and um, there's gonna be a subscription service that probably someone is going to figure out to offer, where people are going to subscribe to a service where you have a regular cleaning lady that comes over, to help you, if you know what I mean.
Right. Right. Yeah. Special kind of
Machismo,
clean.
machismo, is super quiet.
Oh no, that's definitely on the horizon. Uh, Destro just released a video today, Destro Reborn, and we were commenting. I think on the Sunday show, we're starting to see all on TikTok, because TikTok's like the arbiter to find out the direction things are going with women, because they're the biggest audience. YouTube's got a bigger male audience, but TikTok, like chicks are crying all over TikTok, losing their jobs, mad chicks living in their cars. Destro just released a joint like, yeah, the reset is real. Like Kevin talking about winter is coming, and like, bro, it's here. Like these shit, um, you're not even seeing a whole bunch of that. I don't need a man post anymore and all that other stuff. And I'm strong and independent. Like that's you're seeing a lot of pushback on that but I mean, it's a reach back because they're going back to what they like. Yeah, they need the resources, but like the terraforming of the environment is happening in real time. But um, like Naaman was saying, the work that we've done in this space, on the content creators prior to us and what we're doing now, and it's like we really kind of have reshaped the mentality with men, and then on top of that, just all these years of women actually just airing out all of their dirty laundry online. It's taken the whole luster and veneer off of them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like,
It has.
wow, that's what y'all really are like. Like, it's taken a romanticism out of, you know, out of the whole feminine air and everything like that. Like, dudes are really looking at shit a lot more practical now, and like a lot of that romanticism shit is dead, and it's not going to come back.
Uh,
It's a epigenetic change in the gene pool.
like
Yeah,
for years, I
man.
assumed that it was just the women in my family were fucked up. Then I found out, no, it's all of them. It's all of them.
Hmm.
I kept hearing stories that sounded too much like mine. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So it's not just the bras in my family. Nah, no, no, it's all of them. Real shit. And TikTok is one of the most misandrous fucking places you can go, bro. You still got some of them out there that are having the whole men hate party online, and no matter what you say, you'll still be wrong. My wife jumped into the fight game over there and started sitting bitches down left and right. Long story short, I told her before she started, like, yo, you can get jumped as soon as soon as you go in the room, just start swinging verbally. God damn it, she got jumped. She got a feelings hurt a couple times. Like, cause bitches were very, very nasty, mean, rude, and they were like, "Fuck your sons and your husband." You know what I'm saying? We'll get them to delete it too. Just nasty, bro, nasty. But you could also hear the cholesterol in the whole voice as well. It was a big bitch, bunch of big, sad, fat, crying bitches that hate men because men don't want them. You know.
Well, there's
Well,
already
and
more women than men in general, and like I said, there's no reversing what's happened over the last X amount of years, especially post Kevin Samuels. Like, um, no one was expecting Trump to win and to have this agenda for the second term, and like the fact that he's come in, we talked about this Sunday, and like He's just putting them in. I think he signed over 300 something executive orders. He's and then but because an executive order, the next administration can reverse that. But what he's doing is he's having a lot of these executive orders codified into law via Congress and Senate because he's got both the House and you know what I'm saying. He's got full it's full Republican. So a lot of this shit ain't gonna get reversed. Like they're gonna pass a lot of this shit into law. Like yeah, like they're doing it's a positive social engineering. It's a full reset. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, and competitive and productive men are going to win. But all of this strong, independent, all that shit's being shut down. And you got Elon up there auditing and everything. They cutting everything off. Like no more free money, bro.
Well, it's also because now with all the information that actually got out that men were unaware of or men didn't knew, and social
Facts.
media kind of brought it out. Now men are not in love anymore. Men are in business,
In
and
business, right?
yeah, men in business is not good for women to do business.
But that's how it used to be anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, marriage used to be about the merging of families, not really so much romanticism. And then like a lot of that romanticism you saw is because my dudes had, means and everything, so they could afford, you know what I'm saying? So, they could afford to be like, but even a lot of that, what you see with them, like, all the room. These women were ladies and from like good families, and most of them were virgins. Like that's where all that shit comes from. Like you're not all that romanticism wasn't supposed to be transferred over to the everyday common woman, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but I mean
um,
they did that because at the time the way the economy was running, they had to
yeah.
come out with R&B and all this stuff to create what we have today.
Well, so much of that romanticism and the Americana, that's from that was introduced through film and marketing. If you look at like the old movies, like because when they used to when I was growing up, it'd be like a lot of black and white movies. You look at those old movies, like those dudes are like, yeah, like with prohibition and all that shit. Like that's where all that, like my dad went to go get a pack of cigarettes and never came back. Shit, like dudes were just up and leave, bro. And like yeah, like there was there wasn't a whole bunch of lovey-dovey stuff in America. A lot of that's recent post depression and via Hollywood. They sold that shit to men because again, like the government don't want to take care of these chicks, and it's getting back to that now. Like we're not taking care of these chicks. They already did the productions. Like y'all chicks ain't married, y'all not having kids. Like you're on your own. We're not paying for you. You know what I'm saying? If the dudes ain't gonna marry you, we don't know what to tell you. But we're not paying for that shit.
I kid you not. I had a conversation with the girl I knew, and as of right now, she's pregnant. And I asked her about who the lucky guy is, and she was saying she was saying that we're not on good terms, so I'm not talking to him or something like that. And she's immediately started bashing the current situation with the fund cutting and stuff like that. And I was trying to help her understand that I'm like, you do understand that all this funding to come towards let's say your for your age to like raise a child or something. I'm like, you do understand that is all taxpayer money, right? um, Whereas what it should be the hard work of either you or the lucky man whose child you're carrying, who should be bearing this burden, not a fucking taxpayer. Like it should be your personal responsibility. So it was a very interesting conversation, but at the same time, like I find it very interesting that in general, sometimes when you talk to women in America, they feel entitled that this is something that should be given. Whereas if you're overseas and you talk to women, but because of culture, they don't expect something like that, and because they don't expect it, they behave and act differently.
No, no, you're right. The about a year ago, kosher clinician did a show, and I went on to it. That's when I was first started really exploring this whole YouTube thing, and he was talking about women down in South America. And I'm like, well, part of the reason why they act right is because they don't have the same social programs that we have. Ain't no welfare for them. So they have to act. They have to be a fucking feminine woman. When you incentivize women to show their ass, they're gonna show their ass. If there's a safety net, they're gonna show their ass. And that's any fucking woman. Doesn't matter what country it is. There was a video of some Polish chick smacking a Russian dude, and he laid her out. Blah blah. So she hit him, he hit her. Blah blah. She thought her entitlement would save her from that mean open palm, and it didn't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I seen that clip, and she picked herself up off the floor, got some act right, sat her ass right back down.
Yeah. If ain't nobody coming to save you, bitch, you're gonna learn how to act right. So pretty much, they've been incentivized to show their ass, and they feel entitled, even though it's a gift. It's not promised. Well, they think they're supposed to receive these things. Why? Because she got it. Well, bitch, that's her. That's her. That don't mean you get it. You know? At the end of the day, the Western woman is going to continue to feel entitled until there ain't no more money left for them. What did
I mean,
say? No more money for you. No more money for you.
I mean, it's pretty much the end of this episode, because the way economy is right now and how they're doing all this cuts in funding, there isn't going to be much for them to have. I mean, even right now, like people who get some form of government assistance, like even that is getting really, really tight. So, in my opinion, like I think the welfare system in America, like inherently is a good thing, but I think it needs to be used effectively. Like it should go to someone who really, really needs it. Like it shouldn't be just like, oh yeah, just give it out like charity. Like that is something I don't agree with.
Yeah, it needs to be reformed. It needs to be.
Everything needs to be reformed. Like like even like look, even the marriage laws and everything, that is so far how this country's, like okay, like even you look at the marriage laws, they're set up like we're still in a patriarchal system, and that is not true.
No, it's not. It's not.
So which is why it needs to be reformed, because as a society today and the laws we live by, they don't align.
No. See, back then, women couldn't get them a job making six figures as a real estate agent or as a traveling nurse, but they can now. They can. And for those who choose to get out there and get at it and grind, then cool. Good job, bitch. For those that don't want to and just want to be a florist, well, you're gonna die poor. These are the options. I'm a dog groomer. Good for you. I don't care. Pay these taxes though, and you can't have welfare. No, I don't care how many kids you got.
And you can see some of these things play out today. Like if you go on YouTube or even TikTok and just look up videos for like I was looking at videos for South Korea, and I looked at certain things that kind of made me think a little bit for what I'm about to say. So I started seeing how many foreigners like going to countries like Japan and South Korea. And I couldn't believe, listening to some of the interviews of people from Western countries who are in South Korea complaining about the laws and how the culture is over there. Like, why are you going to a place that is not going to support the misandry that you exercise over here? Like, they're not about that life over there, but you
Well,
want them to cater to you.
simple answer. They're stupid. They're stupid.
No, but no, but that's what I'm saying. See, the influence of whatever took them over there, right? That's like saying if I go to Kenya or I want to move to Kenya, but I want Kenyans to live by my rules because I'm an American.
Entitlement. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's one thing I don't think a lot of people from the West realize that when they go to other countries and they want like people of that country to adapt to what they how they think and how they think things should be. Like, no, like, you are in the land of like those people. If you cannot adapt to how things are over there, then do your thing that you're there to do and get the hell out of there. Like, for me, I've been living in America since 2006, and I understand that I do not assimilate, with how things are over here. But I don't blame the culture or the people or anything like that. I understand that I have a different set of values and I do things differently. So I just got to do what I need to do while I'm here, and then go to a place where I think I fit in the best. My parents decided to bring us, like me and my siblings, here to help us build a good future, and I'm grateful for that opportunity. And I had this conversation with Machismo, saying that I think people sometimes blame the environment that is around them, but they never look at themselves that, okay, well, I am in this environment. Is the environment going to change, or I have to change?
But name it. I want what I want, and you should give me what I want because I don't have a good reason. I just want what I want.
I I think that's going to cause you to not just live a life of misery, but overall, you would never get out of that spiral because you would always think the problem is with others and not with you.
I know, but I want what I want. I know it's gasoline, and I want to drink it. And you have a
And
whole gallon sitting right there, and I shouldn't,
and
but I want to drink it and smoke a cigarette at the same time. You know what I'm
and
saying?
in and
And
in
so
general, that is the type of delusion that a lot of women are running with today. So
exactly, but I feel like I shouldn't catch on fire too. Just what? What the fuck? Um, most like most Western women don't really have a good grasp on reality. I remember back when I was on Fob Salerno when I was working for the DoD, right? Um, it kind of messed me up because when I first got to Salerno, we had the Haji shops and the Haji Bakery. Is the name of the bakery was called Aziz Bakery. Bread was wonderful, great, bake that shit fresh every day. Well, one base commander came on, or and then eventually he was like, you know what? There's to be no smoking inside of Aziz Bakery. I said, word. So you do realize we're still in their country, right? They've been running this show this whole damn time the way they've been running this show. What makes you think you have the authority to tell them they can't smoke in something they own? And his rebuttal was, well, we're on U.S. soil. Every military base is U.S. soil. I said, yeah, but step your ass outside and they will knock your head off. And he had nothing else to say. See, Western people in general are entitled as fuck, and the Western woman is mentally ill and entitled. He didn't like my answer. You know what I'm saying? He didn't like my rebuttal. But I will say this: he didn't step his ass outside the base for the remainder of his stay because he pissed off the locals. Sir, they smoking cigarettes and making bread. You come here, you eat, you enjoy yourself, and you get the fuck out. You don't change their rules just because you have a wild hair up your ass. For Western women, a lot of them want the rules to bend and contort to them, and that's just it's never gonna happen. It's just not. Water's wet, sunlight feels good, and if you step outside and you drink gasoline and smoke cigarette, you're gonna burn to death. You're a dead motherfucker. There's nothing no one can do about that. But they feel like you should make it happen for them anyway because they are them, and it's just weird, man. It's fucking weird. I'll land that part there.
And I think that's why a lot of people, if they can, while they're in high school or they go to college, like definitely go and travel. Like take some time and go travel because I think traveling to other countries and cultures allow you to like look at life a little differently because it makes you think like, wait, why is it like this? Because if you cannot ask that question why to yourself when you see something, you have to ask yourself like, wait, why don't we do this back home? Like this makes sense. It starts to help you realize like, you know what, something doesn't make sense, and then you start talking to people, you start thinking about it, and that is how you evolve.
No, you're right. You're right. Honestly, most people want to stay stuck in their bubble though. They want to be in their little bubble of comfort, and they don't want to ever come out. And at the end of the day, there's no way to live life. Think about it. If you never develop your affinity for cigars, right? You may have never met Machismo. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Yeah,
But
and that's what I'm
being
saying.
willing.
Like
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. Like you have to be open to different ideas to like you know go and try it out and see what you can learn from it. Um, and this is why I was telling Machismo like part of the reason why um, you try doing things that you normally don't do is just to see like what you can learn from it. It's going to be an uncomfortable experience, but sometimes like it teaches you things that um, you would think like, hey, I never thought like this experience would teach me this.
No, facts. Fucking facts. Fucking facts, man.
I mean, look at Machismo. Like when I was telling him like, hey, um, I think it's time for you to get the fuck out of here. Like he it was such a foreign thing that Machismo was like, I don't know, I don't know, and I was like, you know what? I handed him a life belt, and I pushed him off the ship. I'm like, you're gonna learn how to swim.
No, sometimes sometimes that's the mark of a good friend right there. They give you what you need to survive and keep and make sure you keep moving. You know.
No, sometimes you have to do it.
No, no, trust me. I've been through it. I've seen it. It's happened to me before too.
And,
When you
and
don't
I
have
told
time, you don't have time
Machismo,
to process it all.
and I told him, I was like, bro, like this is from a place of love. It's not like I'm telling you, get the fuck out of here, like da 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 da. I'm like, no, like I'm telling you, your life is going to be so much better than being here and feeling like hopeless and depressed because at a certain point, at a certain age, after going through all the bruises of life, you think you have achieved something. You have got to a point where you think and then trying to like push a restart button, bro. That shit hurts.
No, you're fucking right. I went through it at 30, 39, bro. Either 38 or 39. Reset, hard reset, and it sucked. It sucked. It really did. But I was able
And
to get a whole lot accomplished. I ain't gonna lie.
so I'm heading out in July, and I was talking to Machismo about this. That I think once he comes, he's coming back next week. But then I'm headed out to South Africa March 11th, which means Machismo is going to be out by March 10th. So I was telling him, I said, before I head out onto the other side of the globe, I definitely plan on like maybe doing a trip, um, either like Colombia or do something like that. And it's just like us, like couple guys, and then we just like take a drive and go someplace like Pereira or Armenia, in Colombia, which is like a coffee region. So it's like super chill, and just like take that time, to just chill.
I can see that.
A
I
little,
can see that.
a little Colombia road trip.
Eh, that'd be good. That'd be good. That'd be good. That would be good. Honestly, personally, I was thinking about acquiring property down in those coffee regions because myself, for me, I don't need the city. I don't need none of that. Just give me some land and I'm good. The land, the source of water, I'm straight. I grow whatever I need. I can farm, hunt, fish, shit like that. Ain't
I mean, if you like to be in Colombia, I mean, if that's the spot you want to pick, I mean, just look at their laws and stuff, and see if that fits you. Like I looked at the laws for Kenya, and I was like, you know what, that's not bad for what I want. Although, like, I don't like how much taxes they charge if you earn that income of within Kenya. But I mean, you know, it's it's um it's something I can live with. Like I'm like, okay, fine.
well, see, I'm a bit of a dickhead. I want to have my own plantation, but I'll get into that story later on. My own personal plantation. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I would like to have a nice piece of property out in some country where I can grow whatever I need, and I'm not worried about too much. I'll still have my income coming in from America, and I'm living way cheap, dirt cheap in comparison to what it costs to live here. And I can eat real food. Get me a green orange. What Nomad, the professional Nomad podcast said, he was like, "Yo, I had a green orange, and it blew his mind." He was like, "It was sweet in the motherfucker too." I was like, "God damn, God
Yeah,
damn,
they got the green oranges at the market down here.
yeah." So just life, dog, to really live again. Because being here in America, you don't really live. You just survive and pay bills. You know?
Well, I mean, it is that way because unfortunately, the money you have doesn't stretch further. But you can do that when you go overseas because you can't stretch the money over here. All you can do is pay your bills and sit in the house.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like in order
Yeah.
for you to go out there, be adventurous, uh, being adventurous requires risk. Risk requires that you're going to spend capital and gamble on it and may not get something back out of it because it's an adventure. So you have to be willing to lose, money doing it. So when you do that overseas and the money's stretching further, it's a loss that you're more comfortable taking because you're like, it's all right. It's only $10. It's only 20. It's only 30. But if that 20, 30, 40, you put two zeros in front of it, you'll be like, let me reel back a little. So
Exactly. 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 Man, as always, I look forward to these calls every week and also every Sunday because it's a sneak peek into not just the world that I operate in, but also the world that you operate in and Chisma operates in. And the different perspectives are very refreshing. Because at the end of the day, dog, we're we're out here. We're here and we're living life. And it feels really fucking good. And to know that your brother got out in good time before all the dumb shit happened, before everybody started getting sick around this bitch, um, before the market took a complete fucking nosedive, and he's in a spot where he has a maid coming through. That makes me smile. That part makes me smile like a motherfucker. You know, because being back here, yeah, you can do it, but this ain't the best. This ain't the best. This ain't the best. Not even close. This ain't the best. So, because all we doing is making money and spending it over here, for real, for real. So, having as many streams of income as possible coming through is paramount over this motherfucker. Versus over there, you can sell, sell you a chicken or two and you be fine.
No, I mean, I think this is the blueprint moving forward. Like, AI's coming online and stuff, like industries drying up. Like, I've said it before on here. Like, the sooner you can start traveling, I just think the better. Even if it's not for a relocation, just getting your feel and finding out which countries are like more your vibe and stuff. Because, like, the sooner you can do it, the better. Even just for like the mental reset and everything. But the sooner you do it, like the sooner you can start making arrangements and getting yourself situated. Because, like I said, like you get settled in a different country, like your whole mentality ends up different about the States, and you just start thinking different. Like, okay, how can I make the adjustments to spend more time overseas and stuff like that? Like I said, I run into these guys every day down here, or they're around. Like it's a completely different mindset, and like I'm running into dudes that've been traveling like the last 10, 15 years. It's crazy, and it's just old hat to them now.
Right. See, even more proof. It's possible. It's possible, brother. Now, whether you take that leap of faith is up to you. But I'm trying to tell you, I want me a green orange. Fuck that. I want my own green orange tree. Somewhere where I can walk outside and just pick whatever I want and walk back in the house and be good. Make a YouTube video. Because now I know how to do it.
Yeah, it's about options. Like you need to expand as early as possible all of your living options and everything other than just the States. I mean, you may travel and then just decide it's not for you, or you didn't like any other country. But I just, after you go to enough places, I just find that hard to believe. Like the prices sometime alone to just have you be like, okay, yeah, I need to figure out how to do this.
Like one of my favorites is Portugal. I liked it there. Warm weather. Your boy getting old, so arthritis is a real thing. Somewhere where it's nice and tempered year round. Yeah, I like that. Portugal is a big one.
Have you been to Panama yet?
No, I haven't.
So, given everything you say that you would want, I think Panama would be a good fit for you.
Okay. I'll start doing my research. But I think the ability to grow and produce food year round, coming from a place that's cold as fuck in the wintertime, like the DMV, to me that's very important. Cause after fall, you ain't growing shit. Where I come from, ain't shit growing. Nope, not a fucking thing. even for the plants that do grow in the winter, they struggle because it's that damn cold. So after 40 some odd years of dealing with that type of cold, working outside in it, I send me somewhere warm, somewhere that's nice. You know what I'm saying? Where my knees don't hurt, my shoulder don't creak. That's my goal. Where it don't take a whole lot to live either. That's what I would like.
Tizo's been quiet today.
Oh no, I just I've been doing this for a while. You gotta kind of let the conversation take its natural whatchamacallit, you know what I'm saying?
It's natural course.
Mm-hmm. Like I've been doing this for a while. Like those are usually the best streams.
I'm
I
out.
I
I'm out.
can't I
Go
cannot
ahead.
wait. I cannot wait when you're gonna be streaming like in Vietnam because you're gonna hear all that background noise.
Yeah, it's nighttime over here. It's nighttime over here now. I don't even know what those things are, but they be sounding like little car alarm chirps. I don't know what type of insect that is, but like they be loud as shit down here. They're not crickets.
Yo,
You're gonna love Vietnam.
oh, hey, machismo. A little bit of Vietnamese. M dip lam. M
In
dip lam.
Vietnam.
Yeah, yeah. That means you're beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind. Like, yeah, I mean, like I said, it it really was a now or never situation. I didn't realize it at the time, but like I said, I was talking to Saul the other day. It's like, yeah, I got settled in down here, and it's like, you end up looking at your life from the outside looking in, because it's weird how a change of geography can adjust your entire perception of your life in general. You know what I'm saying? So like, I be, down here chilling and thinking, and it's just like, man, now that I'm down here, like, yeah, it was now or never. Um, I was looking for like the next 9 or 10 years. Like, I'm looking at what age I'm going to be. I'm like, yeah, when else would I had done it? Like, even if I'd stuck to my original plan and waited, got all the certs, started the new job, started saving up the money, like 2 3 years could have passed easily with that, because time moving real fast. Like, just jumping into it and doing it as you go. Like, I
Build it while
already
you
got
fly, bro.
yeah, I already got the experience while I'm still working toward the other shit. And like, and plus on top of that, man, dude just dropping off left and right. So you gotta make the most of your time, man.
Nah, you do. You do. Cause I got my plans, but the plans of mice and men, bro. You never know how
Exactly.
you never know how this shit is really gonna flow or how it's
Yeah.
gonna go. So sometimes it's just best to build it while you fly. It's not gonna be comfortable. It's not gonna be the easiest fucking thing in the world all the time. But during those times, you'll find those are the best times because even though you're not sure, you still make shit happen. Irregardless. Irregardless. And you enjoy every victory, every success. It makes it that much motherfucking sweeter because you made it happen. You willed that shit in the bean versus, well, just 3 more years. Then 3 years turns into five, and five
Yeah.
turns into 10.
Yeah. So I'm talking about, like, I'm even down here, like I said, like, I'm leaving next Wednesday. Like, in the 3 months I've been down here, I feel like I've been down here 2 weeks, because I didn't got so settled in and everything. It's not like I know I'm in a foreign country, but it doesn't feel like I'm in a foreign country, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It did when I
Yeah,
first got here, but once you just be surprised. You don't need that much for like a level of mental security. You just need to, and you don't need to know where everything's at. You just need to know where things are at for the shit that you need. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah. No, no, fact, big fucking fact.
But
Oh man,
there definitely is like a sense of urgency. Yeah, Cortez Smith put it in the chat. He said, "Yeah, so many people are dropping." One of the Isley brothers just passed. Yeah, dude, just Irv Gotti just passed. He was like 54, 52. Kevin passed at 52. So it's just, I was just like, yeah, I was just thinking. Then I'm on Facebook. I'm you friends with a lot of people from high school and shit like that, and you seeing like how people are aging and stuff. Just like, all right, you gotta. This was like the best, the best move. Like, it wasn't a completely smooth transition, but 60 days I was out and in another country, and just like that, I didn't spend 3 months in another country. It wasn't really as difficult or as monumental as you built it up in your mind to be. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, honestly, I I'm happy you got that experience because whenever you're doing it and you're backed by a company and a country, the experience is way different versus you just going.
Yeah,
You
because
know
it's
what I
like
mean?
you got a safety net.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Doing that shit as an expat, it was different. It was a little different. It was a little different, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Now once I went on, I got free have. Well, that was something totally different. I was younger, so I was like the dog with that pink thing hanging out. But um, I definitely didn't have the as much freedom as I thought I did until I did it by myself. Once I did it by myself and it was all on me, well, yep, that's when shit got real. And I enjoyed that experience. So I'm happy that the fact that you got to do it on your own time and start figuring everything out. Because at the end of the day, when I touch down there, first person I'm calling is you, bro. Where'd I go? Who'd I talk to? You know what I'm saying? It is what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, I know my way around Cali pretty good. Like, 'cause, you make the right connections and stuff. Like, I'm pretty, good with people. So, um, and it's still like the same like anywhere else. Like, you stay away from certain people and stuff like that. But um, one of the advantages I had is that I came down with a plan and I got a program I'm on. So, like, it's easy to stay productive and stuff like that. Like, discipline will take you a long way.
Facts, facts.
Discipline and a steady routine, it'll just, so, even when you deviate off the routine or whatever, like, yeah, that should take you a long way.
That's what's up. I mean, we're at an hour and 37 minutes in. If you gentlemen have anything else you want to add before we shut everything down?
No, we can wrap it up.
Okay. All right. Machismo,
Yo,
you got
no,
something else
no,
you want to add?
no, no, I'm good. This is a good call. Like I said, I'm this is my last week here, so this is the last check-in call from Colombia for a bit. I mean, by all by all estimates, I'll probably be back here in like 2 weeks. So,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yo,
Just burn the time out, and then you figure out where we're gonna be next.
bro, you already know. You going to Vietnam. Vietnam. M.
Oh
Dip
yeah,
Lam. M. Dip
yeah,
Lam. M. Dip Lam.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yo,
That's closer to the end of the year. Like I said, this is the first year of planning everything out. For the entire 12 months. 2026 will be smoother because I'll be you know we'll work all the kinks out in 2025. So,
yo,
like, it's
salute to
happening
God.
it's happening in real time.
Salute to
Quiet
my big brother
storm.
Godson. Yo, I just checked that message. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Uh,
Yeah, he sent the cash app.
yo, at the end of the day, we're you're you. How can I put it? For the moment, we're vicariously living through you and your experiences. And I know you're mapping out all the groundwork and the network, and you're putting everything in place that when it comes time for us to make our moves, it's an easy transition. I know that part. I ain't even got to ask the question. I do, because
Yeah,
that's who you are.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
Information is valuable, man. And when you don't have the information, it could be expensive trying to figure it out. So,
Goddamn right.
Yeah, that's definitely important. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, yeah, you're right, bro. I remember my first experiences when I first left this bitch and how long everything took versus after I got seasoned. I moved and grew through it like it wasn't nothing. You know, I knew all the people to talk to and who to go holler at if I need this, that, and the third, woo woo, and just left it there. It was easy, but it took me time to learn it. Well, you're there. You already learned how to move and maneuver, and who to talk to and who to deal with and who not to deal with. So, ta-da! Hard work's been done, brothers. You're getting boots on the ground, and this is last week there. So yeah, now you know who to holler at.
Mm-hmm.
The new mayor of Cali, Columbia, Machismo. But all in all, thank you, Naaman, for doing another good old check-in and figuring out what's going on down there and seeing what's going on. Thank you for the information. This shit is invaluable, bro. For real. For real. And I also will look up Panama. Good sir. I will. I'll look that part up. But outside of that, you brothers have a good night.
Yes,
So
sir.
everybody in the chat, salute to y'all. We just gonna end this. I ain't gonna do the whole long monologue speech and all that. It is what it is. Y'all brothers have a good night. Y'all be easy, be safe, be at peace, and know there's a life outside of this motherfucker. You just gotta choose to grab it and live it. Peace, y'all. We out.
Peace.